Good evening, good evening, good evening. How y'all doing this evening? I hope everybody is doing great this evening. This is another words of encouragement video I would like to present to you. I did release 3 previous ones. If you haven't checked it out yet, it is on my personal YouTube channel as well. And today's topic is motivation. People lack motivation because they have things that's contradicting them for the main thing they need to be focused on. So my advice is to, break all that down and to focus on the important aspects in your life. Once you figured out the important aspects of your life, you can actually manipulate time into those important aspects. And once you do that, you will have the motivation to succeed in whatever you're doing because you're giving more time and more effort into whatever you're doing, basically. So for me, I'm a self-driven, motivated person, but for some it's very difficult just because of procrastination and other things as well. People sometimes need other people to give them motivation because they can't give it to themselves. And my whole thing, I want to help those people who lack self-motivation get self-motivation so they can be a better you, a better them, a better individual to the world itself. I see a lot of people that have ideas and goals they want to hit, but they lack the motivation. It's something that you can develop. It's not something that's already in you, unfortunately. Some steps, it does take a lot of brain power, I should say, because you're doing something that the human body is not used to doing, and you're trying to break a bad habit while you're doing it at the same time. So sometimes it does get you discouraged, it does get you down, it does make you feel a certain type of way, you can't hit that specific goal or milestone that you're trying to hit. But you have to realize that, at the end of the day, people can motivate you so much, but you have to be the last one to motivate yourself. Before I started any of this, before I started any of my projects, before I became a freelancer, photographer, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it, I didn't have no direction. All I had is a pen and piece of paper, and I put it on paper. And by the grace of God, it came to this, and it's growing. It's growing into this whole thing. It's just like a whole little mirage of what I have created. And it did take motivation, and it did take the willingness to succeed. It did take these other things. But I'm using myself as an example because, when I was a kid, I didn't see myself doing this kind of thing. I didn't see myself doing this. I honestly wanted to be a pilot when I was a kid. And then that kind of just went out the window. I don't know. Grew older, I decided, terrorist attacks and stuff like that. I don't know. But, I kept the motivation up. And this is where I'm at now. I'm in better places. I'm visiting better places, I'm doing better things with my life, and those around me are feeling the effect of my work ethic and the willingness to stay motivated and the willingness to stay to succeed. And that's what it all basically is too, as well, is that you have to surround yourself around people that's actually getting it for themselves as well. Another thing you guys can do is do what I did, is take a pen to a piece of paper, write your ideas down. It's not writing ideas on a piece of paper only helps you. It will not hurt you. I hear these ideas that a lot of people project. A lot of these ideas is tight, man. I wish I could have thought of some of these ideas, but the person I am, I never steal no money idea or anything like that. I just wish you, for those people that hold great ideas, I just wish you guys have a bit more oomph about it. Motivation is something you have to build up, and you have to, have to do, and so forth like that. But if you feel that you're not you can't self-motivate yourself, or if you feel like that you just don't have that skill to do so, talk to somebody. You can talk to me. You can talk to probably your mom, your dad, your uncle, your auntie. They may have the information that you need for you to hear, for you to be more motivated in what you do. So my whole thing is if you don't have the motivation, find it, talk to somebody, reach out to somebody. I know for a fact on Google Plus they have a bunch of communities where there's like a community for photography, people for civil rights community, and there's like different communities. So I would advise going on Google Plus, finding some other communities you can be a part of, as far as like uplifting communities and spiritual and motivation wise. I would advise that. Also, I would go on Google and just Google search what can I do to improve my motivation level, or what can I do to be more motivated. And Google will sometimes give you, I shouldn't say sometimes, most of the time will give you sufficient information on what you can do as far as making you a better you and just being motivated. So yeah, well, that was just my little short little video with words of encouragement. I hope everybody have a great evening and have a great day tomorrow. And I want everybody to stay safe and God bless.